Hi, my name is Nate Roschert with About.com. Today we're going to be washing a motorcycle using About.com motorcycle washing tips. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, especially if you've been riding all day, is to give the bike some time to cool down. So we're going to do that because we don't want to be spraying cold water on a hot engine. So I'm going to let this bike cool down. We're going to go inside and get a couple of supplies that we need. So step number 2 is you're going to want to get a bucket ready and fill it up with hot, soapy water. The soap that you can use is normal auto washing soap. Alright, so a couple of supplies you might need when washing your motorcycle is first thing you're going to need is a good sponge. You got to make sure this sponge has not been dropped on the ground as to pick up rocks and fragments of dust or plastics that's going to scratch your bike or scratch your paint. Next thing you're going to need is you're going to want some sort of a wire brush or a brush to get inside and clean the tires real well. And for the fine-tune cleaning, is toothbrush works really well, just to get those areas that nothing else can quite reach, and it's going to clean your bike and make it look great. So after you wash your bike, you're going to want to dry it off, and you can dry that off with a chamois of some sort, something not scratch your bike but take off all the water. Alright, the last thing you might need is some good microfiber cloths, something that's going to shine the bike up real nice without leaving fragments of cloth behind. Alright, and sometimes when you're riding the motorcycle around town, it picks up a lot of road grease, things like that. So you want to protect your hands with some latex gloves or some rubber gloves, something to keep your hands from getting all greasy. So once you've got your supplies ready, next step is to get to washing the motorcycle. And what I'm going to do on this motorcycle, because it's got leather bags, I'm going to take them off, make sure I can get to every area of the motorcycle. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, now the bike's nice and cool. We're going to want to hose it down, make sure it's all wet before we start putting the hot soapy water on it. So as you begin to wash your motorcycle, I like to wash my motorcycle in sections as not to miss any section, and as I wash each section I hose it off, make sure that soap doesn't dry off and leave the spots behind on your motorcycle. So here we go with the front. So as you're washing a motorcycle, one thing you want to do is make sure you get the back ends and little crevices, otherwise these parts are very easy to miss, and then you'll be walking around with a dirty bike later on. So once we've cleaned one section, you want to make sure you hose it off so the soap doesn't dry and leave spots on your motorcycle. Make sure you hose from the top to the bottom, that way all the soap's coming off in one good stream. So when detailing the engine, this is the perfect time to bring out the smaller tools or the degreasers. If your motorcycle has a lot of grease on the engine, this is the time where you do some really detailed work and get all those cracks and crevices so your bike looks nice and clean. So once you've cleaned the motorcycle, top to bottom, now it's time to take the tires. And so what you would do is get your wire brush, dip it in the soap, and get to the wheel wells of the tires. Alright, so once you've cleaned the bike, one thing you want to make sure you do is, I like to go around it one more time, make sure you get all the excess soap that you might have missed the first time around. So here we go. So once the bike's all washed, now it's time to dry it off. Once we've cleaned the bike, this is the perfect time to apply any waxes, any leather cleaners, make the leather really shine, and you'll be out on the road on a good looking bike in no time. Hey, thanks for watching. To learn more, visit us on the web at About.com.